you actually clicked it instead of just jabbering on here. Not even figuring about it. Who knows? Who knows? All right. Grrrrr. Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods, and today, oh man, I tell you what, Bear, got a full tummy of salmon. Everything is right with the world. About ready for a nap here. So, you know what? Good evening, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. No, we're not going anywhere. We're just getting started here. And trying to figure out, once again, the live chat. Let's see, pop out chat. Maybe that'll work. That worked. Oh my God, it worked. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it actually. Hello. Oh my God, it might actually work this time. It might actually work. Holy cow, this is new for Bear. New for Bear that it actually works. I'm sorry, everybody. We always have this where we get like 5 minutes into it and still haven't tried to figure out the dang chat here. I can see it. I can finally see it. Hello, P Money. How are you? No, this is actually kind of another one of the kind of pictures that Bear kind of through the archive. I think this is who did this. Anyways, it's out of the what was it? The Wild Bill Center of the West or something to that effect. The one right outside of Yellowstone. Some good stuff there. No, actually, I think he's just feeding the bear or something like that, and the kids are looking on in horror as the man is devoured in front of them. I'm probably assuming there's going to be a lot of nightmares involved with that. Yes, indeed. Hey there, Marco for Anthony. Good to see you. Finally able to do the chat without having to do 10 different things to finally get it started. So there we go. I think we should just go ahead and get right on into it here, since we didn't have to do anything. So all right, let's see. I thought Bear mauled all of Bear's friends after they ate all his salmon. Well, no, I mean, nice dinner this evening. Finally, I got some salmon. It's Bear's the chef's kiss. Yes indeed. Some good stuff. You know what? I mean, what can't go wrong? Full tummy. The Bolts are playing. They're behind, but we're not going to get into all that. The sports ball stuff. But anyways, we'll get on with it. All right. And the wife is saying, finally, can I marry the pool boy? Yes, indeed. I want to say this is probably from the 1920s or maybe the 1930s, something along those lines. Which, by the way, speaking of which, we can actually get to it here. This really isn't a military-style channel or anything like that. We kind of talk about, comics and, the occasional pop culture, sometimes some politics. Not really very much or anything like that. Salmon is overrated. Salmon is not overrated at all. It's delicious. It is delicious. It goes, kind of salmon and then garbage. And then humans, so don't feel too bad about that. Humans, they don't taste very good. I mean, bear, you got to do what you got to do. But I'd rather have some garbage and especially some salmon. Yes, indeed. All right. Anyways, not a military style channel, but got something interesting here. We were kind of looking up, going back, looking up some of the stuff from Pearl Harbor and stuff like that. Actually came across a really interesting article here about the USS Arizona. So let me see if I can pull that up here and put it onto there it is, I think. I hope it works. Yes, there it is. So nice little story here that we can kind of get into, or sink our teeth into. Yes, indeed. It says, in March 1924, the battleship Arizona, the flagship of Admiral William Pratt's Bat Div 4, commanded by Captain Percy Olmsted, anchored in New York City for a 9-day visit to the Big Apple. Yes, indeed. Until bear season. Okay. All right. Anyways, during the interwar years, this is between World War I, and obviously World War II, because the Arizona was sunk. Let's see. This was quite a common occurrence. What follows next, however, was far from the routine, as enlisted members of the crew snuck a hooker onto the ship. The prostitute remained a stowaway for several weeks, and she wasn't caught until the Arizona's passage through the Panama Canal at Balboa after the voyage of about 2,500 miles. Yes, indeed, and there's actually a picture of it right there. So if you've never actually seen the U.S. Arizona other than, at the bottom of Pearl Harbor, that's what it looked like. There we go. But in the roaring 20s, were no different than any other era, when young men went to sea, and many of the younger sailors visited ladies of the night while in New York. Quite a few visited, and made the acquaintance of a young lady who went by the name of Madeline Blair, real name Adeline Andrews, who also went by the street name of Blackie. I don't think you could do that today, but who knows. Blair was a striking brunette with dark eyes, and she told the sailors that she wanted to go to California, where she hoped to hit the big screen in Hollywood. But alas, the young lady didn't have the cash to get there, so, you gotta do what you gotta do. It says, precious cargo. The ship's motto was Atom, Arizona. Atom. I feel like it's that Simpsons episode where it's like up in atom. No, it's up in atom, up in atom. Up in Atom, Arizona, expressing an aggressive can-do spirit of dash and daring. So, of course, the young enlisted sailors came up with a plan. They'd sneak Blackie on board, and when they sailed from New York, since the ship would be sailing to California. And there's a picture right there of the guns and everything. Up in Atom. Yes, indeed, Up in Atom. Yes, that was a fantastic episode. I think it was, wasn't it Milhouse that became the sidekick, and Bart was kind of ticked off about that. Some good stuff. Anyways, the sailors cut her hair short and fixed her up with a sailor's uniform, and with the peacoat pulled up around her ears, she snuck onto one of the final launches that carried sailors to their ships. After sneaking through the battle wagon's large 14-inch turrets, Blackie made her way down the bellows of the ship into the engineering department. That would have been fun. Then the sailors found an empty small space near the generator compartment where she nestled in for the long voyage, and I'm assuming a little bit of heel knocking along there as well, although that might not have been that comfortable. So, anyways. Soon after many of the ship's enlisted crew members knew about the stowaway prostitute, the Arizona cooks offered to feed her for the tidy sum of $10 per day. But this was no small amount when one remembers that the sailors made only about $21 a month back then. You need $15 an hour now. Back in 1924. It was during the Great Depression. Getting caught pilfering for food was a major offense in the Navy. Unless it's bears pilfering for food, then you might not want to get involved. All right. So the cooks demanded a premium price to take a chance with a court-martial if caught. One would think that Blackie would soon be starving, but when you're the one prostitute on a 1,300 sailor ship, I don't think that was a problem at all. Yet she was an attractive hooker and the only woman on a ship with over 1,300 sailors, and changing a reported $3 a trick. Holy cow! Or I don't know, is that a lot? Or I'm assuming that's a lot. And charging, I would hope that it was a life-changing event. And charging a reported $3 a trick, she soon had an abundance of food, including chocolates, fruit, and other assorted foodstuffs. Yes, indeed. Yes, and that's actually a look at the gallery right there. So they wouldn't have helped her if she was an unattractive hooker. I think that's correct. I think that's the lesson that's the motto here. That is the lesson that we can learn from this. All right. As the battleship steamed further south and the weather turned hot, many of the crew were allowed to sleep on deck. And while Blackie had to stay hidden during the day, the crew began sneaking her up on deck the crew began sneaking her up on deck in the dark. I wanted to make sure it was on deck and not the other. Anyways, so they even got so bold as to allow her to watch a film with the crew. Then disaster nearly struck. Blackie was sitting next to another sailor when he pulled out a cigarette and realized he didn't have a match. So he reached across Blackie's left breast pocket, since this is where all sailors carried matches, and at the time it was acceptable behavior to reach into another sailor's shirt, unless he had what was it, a turnip or it was an onion on his belt. That's right, unless you have an onion on your belt. So this young sailor reached into Blackie's pocket, only to grab a handful of boob. Yes, indeed. He had a shocked look on his face as he left, but didn't report the incident. But I'm sure there was a long series of, oh man, I bet you that poor sailor was all twisted up there. All right, the act is up. Rumors swirling around the ship of a woman being on board. And this is back when women weren't on board. Oh, $3 in 1924 is worth $46 today. Well, I don't know. I guess you get what your money's paid for, I suppose. So there you go. There you go. It didn't actually mention the type of trick. It just, So anyways, nevertheless, the sailor officers poo-pooed this notion as ridiculous. Blackie continued to service the crew, and then the ship had a gunnery practice before traversing the Panama Canal. On April 12th, the ship was in Balboa, preparing to cross the canal on their voyage to California. Blackie remained on deck too long. I want to make sure that I read that right. Remained on deck too long, and the sun was coming up. She stopped at a scuttlebutt or a water fountain when a sailor's locked eyes with her. Oh, yes, indeed. The sailor immediately recognized her as a woman and alerted the officers of the deck. Or he might have been at sea too long and, get the eyes together, Oh, God, thank God it was a woman. Oh, my God. Whew. All right. A search was immediately ordered, and Blackie was quickly found. However, she refused to finger her accomplices, and she was immediately put ashore in Balboa. But the ship's commander had just begun as court-martialed 23 members of the enlisted crew, and some of the men got prison sentences as long as 10 years. Holy cow. I really hope that $46 adventure was worth it there. Admiral Henry A. Wiley, commander of the battle fleet's battleships, issued a letter of reprimand to every officer of the ship, including the future chief of naval operations, Arleigh Burke. If you've ever heard of the destroyers, the Arleigh Burke destroyers, well, there you go. He did this despite a protest from Admiral Pratt, the division commander, who considered the penalties excessive. Pratt removed the reprimands from all of the officers' records in 1930 once he became CEO. So you kind of wonder if maybe Admiral Pratt got down there in the engineering section as well. So anyways, as for Blackie, the stowaway prostitute, well, she managed all right. She was put on a ship bound for New York, and she made the passage in a first-class cabin and had the bills sent to the U.S. Navy. After returning to New York, no one knows what happens after. No one knows what happened to her. Perhaps she made it to California, or maybe entered into politics. You never know. And it finally ends a generation later. USS Arizona would be sunk at the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. Well, maybe if they were, not handing out disciplines for prostitutes sniffing on board a battleship, and maybe a little bit more towards, anti-aircraft fire and stuff like that. Maybe it wouldn't be at the bottom of the ocean, but you never know. You never know. I mean, of course, I would assume these days. That you would have your staff officers, your generals and admirals and stuff like that. They're a lot smarter. They're a lot more sophisticated. They wouldn't allow things like this to happen. I mean, they're really smart people. I mean, the top of the class. I mean, you really can't knock them for anything like that, except for maybe this other thing right here. Let me pull it up here. We're going to go kind of modern times here. Oh, it says, I imagine them in prison saying, totally worth it. Yes, indeed. Reaching for a cigarette and grabbing a boob instead, a common mistake. Yes. The ship of men sinks and the woman enters politics. And so how divorces turn out. Yes. There we are. All right. The KC-46 has a messy problem with his palletized toilet. Yes, indeed. And this is actually from Defense News. Yes, indeed. All right. So actually, the KC-46 is kind of a military version of, I believe it's either the 757, might be a 767. I'm not exactly sure, but it's kind of a cross-Atlantic, cross-Pacific aircraft, kind of before the 777 came out. So, it's been in service for, 30 years, 40 years, something like that. That's a known quantity. All right. Let's see. It says, Washington. The Boeing KC-46 tanker currently can't carry the palletized toilet normally used by mobility aircraft without the risk of wastewater leaking into the cabin, leaving the tanker unable to conduct long-distance flights without a large number of passengers until the lavatory is modified. The issue, according to U.S. Air Mobility Command, involves the Air Transportable Gallery Lavatory. I tried to say that 3 times fast. A combination kitchen and bathroom. I think I see the problem. I think I see the problem right there. You don't want to go in the wrong door on that one. No, you don't. All right. That can be rolled on and off mobility aircraft like the KC-46, C-17, and C-130. A source with knowledge of the program told Defense News on Wednesday that the problem arises because the ATGL cannot be loaded and stored in its normal orientation. The source said the issue stems from the KC-46 cargo rails and locks, which are not as wide as other Air Force cargo aircraft. Instead, the ATGL is turned 90 degrees to fit inside the KC-46. But the lavatory system's anti-spill valve does not work correctly while in that orientation. That could allow the toilet waste to drip into the cabin whenever the tanker climbs or descends in altitude, resulting in what they claim is a messy problem. Yes, indeed. The source indicated that the issue was discovered during ground testing. Well, I have a very easy solution for that. You go down to your local Ace Hardware or, whatever, and you find a valve and you put it on there. And that way, it won't spill number 2 all over your airplane. The problem is not considered a technical deficiency. It's not. Oh, for crying out, well, unless you're sitting in the back, then it is. Against the KC-46 aircraft, because the Air Force's 2011 contract with Boeing did not forbid the company from delivering tankers with narrower cargo rail systems, the source says. Ultimately, the Air Force intends to fix the issue by developing a new valve for the AG, whatever. But so far, the service has not designed, tested, or fielded a replacement. Well, it's not really that hard. All you got to do is just go down to your local Ace and get you a valve that doesn't leak. It's pretty simple. The Air Force intends to start testing a solution to the issue immediately. Well, one would hope. An Air Mobility Command, blah, blah, blah. The KC-46 program plans to modify 6 of them over the next 12 weeks. Come on, people. To address the growing demand by the KC-46 enterprise as it begins limited operation use in support of U.S. Transportation Command's tasking. Some person said. These 6 modified units, will be evenly divided between some different Air Force bases. Excuse me. Let's see. Haven't they learned the toilet should be built first and then the plane built around it? Hold on, let me that over. Yeah, around it. Okay. This is the Air Force referring to. Yes, indeed. Well, hold on. Hold on to that hat. The AGL has been in service since the 1980s, so you'd figure that they would be able to figure this out. It provides the space and power to furnish 2 meals and 1 snack for 160 people, as well as 2 lavatories that can handle about 15 hours of use. Oh, wow, that's, man, oh man, you really must have had beans or something. It's a lot of use. A lot of use. Yes. All right, where's my mouse at? There it is. The KC-46 can still carry 112 passengers, even without the ATGL on board. But they're going to have to hold it the whole time. However, because the lavatory is built into the KC-46 has limited capacity, not having the option to add a palletized toilet system could make it more difficult for the Air Force to accomplish long-haul flights with many passengers on board. I would assume so. The problem was first highlighted during a Thursday morning hearing with the Senate Armed Services Committee when Senator Jeanne Shaheen mentioned that ongoing facilities with the ATGL makes missions, quote-unquote, problematic. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That would be an understatement. Senator Shaheen, maybe you should go on a 15-hour flight on the KC-46 and see how problematic it might be. Army General, see, here's the problem here. Army General so-and-so, who leads U.S. Transportation Command, said he did not know enough about the problem to comment on the issue, adding that he was, quote, not aware of any impact that would make the KC-46 incapable of taking on limited operation missions sometime this summer. Well, General, I suggest you get in there and fly around for about 15 hours with 100 and some odd people, and you might be aware of an impact of that sort of situation there. So, Army General in charge of the Air Force plane. Doesn't make any sense. Generally speaking, however, Leons pointed to improvements to the military's aerial refueling capacity over the years, which he attributed to Boeing's agreement to fix the blah, 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 blah. Well, I mean, I guess if you can just kind of hook up the refueling probe to the lavatory, maybe that would kind of help relieve some of the situation there as well. But yeah, we didn't really get very far in 75, 80, almost 100 years here with kind of our top generals, our top people there as well. So, anyways, kind of some interesting, like you said, it's not a military style channel or anything like that. But hey, some fun stuff out there. 15 hours of use. That's what I need when I need a bathroom to get away from the wife and kids. Well, the thing for me was that it was a combination lavatory and and toilets, so that was kind of interesting. The combination kitchen and bathroom. So like he said, you don't want to walk in the wrong door on that one. You don't want to walk in the or kind of cycle of life, Hakuna Matata sort of situation there with what goes in must come out, that sort of deal. Anyways, let's see. I can get rid of this. Don't need to come back to that. Because we actually have kind of a little review here. Let me get to it because I actually checked it out here just a moment. About a little while ago here. We're talking about She. We were talking about it last time. The new She campaign coming out. But you know what? Bear kind of wanted to check out She, the original one. Actually, Bear got the sketch cover version here, but he didn't really want to read that one. This is actually the second time he's actually taking it out of the box here. So actually checked out this one here. The I'm not sure what is it called? The Black Line edition. So we did just double check to make sure. I think it's the same book, but I'm not exactly sure because I think in the campaign it had her daughter in it, well, which wasn't in this book here. So we'll see about that. But anyways, got She. I think we'll do kind of a full review kind of whenever the new book comes in, because Bear got the original version here, the first version. I don't know what you call it, but got that. So we'll do a proper review on that later. But just kind of wanted to talk real quick about She since we were talking about it the other day. So one of the things Bear liked about it was obviously some of the great drawing from Billy Tucci. He does some great work here, even on the sketch cover here. By the way, this is Bear's jersey for the Bays, Tampa Bay Lightning here. So that's what he's got on. Not that he's. Anyways, so he had the sketch cover going. Great stuff from Billy. Then ended up checking out this book as well. So really good stuff. Really good artwork from Billy. Let's see. I think it was a really great. At the very beginning of the book, kind of on the front cover, well, the inside cover, there was kind of a prelude, I suppose, where it was talking about feudal Japan and everything. So I kind of wished that was sketched out. I wish that was drawn out rather than having to read through it. I think it might turn some people off who were trying to get into the comic real quickly. They might kind of skip past that. So I think it had some stuff to do with the comic and everything. But I wish some of that stuff was kind of illustrated out. It might have taken, I don't know, maybe 2 pages, maybe 3 at the very most. So, I think that needed to be improved. But other than that, it was a really good. They have the main character. She's kind of getting started for the day, I suppose, and kind of going through that. But the next scene where she's out there kind of, I guess, battling hoodlums and stuff like that on the streets of New York, an awesome scene, awesome scene. Went through, I don't know, about 10 pages. I want to say it was like almost half of the book, but it was well worth it. It reminded Bear of kind of the first scenes of the '89 Batman movie with Michael Keaton, where they were kind of, beating up on the thugs in the streets of Gotham there. So some really, really good stuff. There was a neat little panel there. I'll have to show it whenever we do the review, but a neat little panel that kind of had this sort of L shape to it, where it was looking down on the alley, and then the alley kind of made a 90-degree turn. So you saw she kind of walking through the alley with the other people, beating up. They were beating up a cop. I tell you what, they were beating up a cop. But anyways, that was a really cool. The whole scene was excellent. It kind of got into a little bit of her backstory and everything. The remaining scenes kind of had to do with. I believe she was some sort of art merchant or something to that effect, and was selling some older Japanese art to a mysterious benefactor here. So that was, it was a lot of exposition and stuff like that. So I'm not sure how well that would go over, but beautifully drawn, beautifully done. All the panels were, sometimes Bear gets a little kind of confused, like the direction of the panels and stuff like that. Sometimes it doesn't go like left to right. Sometimes it goes from, left panel to the bottom panel, up back to the top right panel, so some of that stuff. But in this one, it was all well laid out and everything. Billy does a really good job with that. So kind of just had to, other than it being kind of too short, Bear felt like it should have been just a little bit longer and everything. Kind of ends on a cliffhanger and everything, but I wish there was a little bit more to that. But other than that, other than the very first part of the story where it was kind of just written out, I think it should have been kind of drawn out or something like that. But other than that, a really great book. Looking forward to book 2. I think I saw on the campaign where you can buy it wasn't Billy, it was Deborah. I think it was Deborah Tucci. You can buy her some wine or something like that. So do that, because the sooner that it gets out, the sooner it gets into Bear's claws, the better. Yes indeed. All right, let's see. You know what I need when I'm cooking? A toilet to sit on. Yes. The cycle of life. The cycle of life. My wife just asked, does he always speak in the third person? Of course Bear does. Of course Bear is not a an egotistical bear or anything like that. So yes indeed. All right, let me get off of that, because let's see, what was the thing I was going to talk about here next? Oh, that's right. Let me do quickly before I do that. Let's see, go back to the thing. With the thing, we're not going to do very many updates here, but there it is. Wanted to give a quick update to one of the things that Bear was asked about the last time was some comics that Bear was really looking forward to, or some of the new campaigns that are coming out. So we've got one that Bear is actually looking forward to, and then we'll do a campaign that actually surprised Bear. Well, kind of surprised him a lot. So all right, it is from Clint Stoker. We're talking about Fatal, F-A-T-L, or Fat L, however you want to describe it. He says, cameo appearances. Taking a drink. Yes. I wanted to give you an update on Fatal or Fat L progress. First and foremost, Charlie is working very hard on the art. We talked last week, and I saw some really great new pages. In fact, Bear actually went back on to the campaign page, and he did a kind of a campaign review probably a couple months ago. So there's actually some more really great stuff out there. Bear would really kind of encourage you to go check out Fatal or Fatal, however you describe it. Anyways, he says, I lost my place here. Where was I? I wanted to save some surprises for you when you get your copies. Trust me, it's worth it. For these that back the cameo appearance tier, Charlie is working on the likenesses now. Really great stuff. I want to thank you all for your patience as the production has taken longer. Oh, haven't we heard this before? Taken longer than we had expected. The past several months have been have thrown both Charlie and I some unexpected challenges that have greatly affected our timeline. I worry about the timeline every single day. So does Bear. So does Bear. I think about all you wonderful backers every single day, and I want you to know that Charlie and I are so excited to finish the book and get it into your hands. Thank you so much for your support. And he writes Clint. Yes, indeed. So that was, thank you for sharing. That would be what Bear would say there. Yes, indeed. Yes, Clint is pretty cool. If you haven't checked out the Sweetcast channel, some good stuff. Good stuff on his channel. So that was one that's, nope, never heard of him before. Yeah, well, that's all right. That's all right. Do check out Clint. He does a good job. So anyways, Fatal, definitely check it out. Some really good stuff. If you haven't checked it out, Bear's got a campaign review that he did sometime back. So, hey, check that out. Some good stuff there. All right. Wait, are you saying the campaigns are sometimes late? Late? I mean, sometimes you might, like, totally lose like 500 some odd freaking copies at the post office. You never know. You never know. All right, so that's Fatal. Fatal. And the next one, this is one that Bear kind of was very surprised about. I wouldn't normally be kind of promoting this, but man, oh man, I think this is a really great campaign. So I want to bring it up here. I'm talking about Beardzzerker #1. Yes, a parody of Keanu Reeves. Is that how you say it? Beardzzerker? Is it Beardzzerker? There needs to be a Beardzzerker out there somewhere. Yes, there it should be. It says he's a rock and roll Rip Van. Holy cow! Let me try that again. He's a rock and roll Rip Van. Let me take a drink and try that again. He's a rock and roll Rip Van Winkle. Screw it. Rip Van Winkle, heavy metal warrior, awakened to right the modern world's wrongs. When you're typing these things out, you might want to, kind of say them out loud, because sometimes you can kind of trick the reader, trip him up there. So, anyways, he's doing really good with $4,000, 75 backers, doing good. So we're gonna try and give a little bit of the Bear rub here to kind of get it started here. So he says, "Get ready to rock, Beardzzerker." There we are, and that's kind of a neat cover there. Let me get a little closer. Oh, there we go. There's close. All right. Beardzzerker. Some very cool stuff there. I really like, I think the artwork on here is just great. Let's see. Parody Press Comics brings you Beardzzerker. It's a rock and roll Rip Van Winkle heavy metal warrior adventure. Oh, I got through it that time. The 32-page book is written by Donchin and drawn by Bill Moss. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Bill Moss? Bill Moss. Colored by Cat Mouse. Cat Mouse. And lettered by Keith Gleason, with graphics drawn by Laura Chen. Yes, indeed. We're asking you, me, dear reader, in the classic words of Meatloaf, to help make this rock and roll dream come through. Bringing this exciting book today. Back this exciting book today. Yes, well, you can bring it back too. Here's why. He's not going to take it anymore. No, he's not. And there's Keanu Reeves look-alike there. That neat little axe that he's got on the back there. So, anyways, let's see. I don't want to speak. Oh, okay. We'll get into that in just a second, P-Money. We'll get into that in just a second. Our hero awakens from a 30-year coma to right the modern world's wrongs. A viral Rick Ashley earthworm pandemic, killer murder horde invasion, selfish millennial musicians, and more. Holy cow, there's more. But yeah, anyway, some really good artwork here. I kind of like this. Kind of like this sort of style. I mean, it is, it's a parody book, so you can kind of get away with some of this sort of look there. But no, I really like it. I think this is some good colors. I mean, just on this page alone, some really good colors. Here's another page here as well. Keanu Reeves there. I think this is what was the George Carlin character from Bill and Ted's. Anyways, the sort of character there. Anyways, so really nice artwork, really nice colors, some good stuff. It's got a cat. That's Bear approved right there already. A Beardzzerker wields the Shredder, a massive custom guitar axe forged of steel, gifted to him by his old friend Genghis Khan. Yes, and if you think of hardcore metal rock, you think of Genghis Khan, yes, or is it Genghis Khan? I forget how you pronounce it. Everybody's got. Listen, Bear just goes by Bear. You know, it's pretty easy to pronounce. But Genghis Khan, Genghis Khan, Rufus Kong, we never know. Rufus, yes, thank you. It's supernaturally empowered by the immortal rock and roll gods who give it thunderous power from the heavens. And speaking, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but we've actually got some lightning and thunder going on outside Bear's window here, so you might hear some thunder out here as well from the heavens. Get all 6 bad arse variant covers: a Beardzzerker versus the Murder Hornet Horde. I try saying that 3 times fast. Canaan White, oh my god, you can't go wrong. Canaan White pulls out all the stops as Beardzzerker, Cat Stevens, and Holly fight a ravenous horde of killer murder hornets, and it's covered by Matt Yeaty. And I tell you what, I don't think even if he tried, Canaan White could do a bad cover or bad really anything here. I mean, look at this. This is really cool. I mean, look at all these murder hornets. The murder hornets coming in here. Got to take care of them. But I tell you what, that's like the most bad arse looking Keanu Reeves around. I mean, he looks very intense there. Keanu, you kind of missed an opportunity to hire Canaan White to do a couple covers or maybe something for your book there. But anyways, so he's got a whole bunch of covers here. Let's see. Beardzzerker special guest cover variant starring the bodacious Babe She. We were just talking about She here. She #1 variant cover by Bill Mouse, or Bill Moss, however you pronounce it. Sorry, Bill. Colored by Mac Yankee. Big thanks to Billy and Deb for allowing them to do the cover. And there it is. They're gonna do 2 different covers and kind of figure out which one. Well, it's the same cover. They just have a different character saying something there. But hey, it's good seeing that. That's pretty cool. Very cool, especially since I just read She, so that was pretty cool. But wait, there's more. There's more. Make way for the Brute. Rainbow the Brute, that is. Yes, indeed. And it's called a Rainbow. That's another campaign that Bear did a little while back. I think everybody is looking at Cyberfrog and kind of missing Rainbow the Brute. I think Rainbow the Brute is actually a much better looking comic. I think it's got more going on with it. Cyberfrog, I tell you, I'm not really sure about the character of Cyberfrog. He's a frog. He's kind of mandated to help humans, and he does. So there's really not a whole lot of a character. I mean, you're talking about a frog, but there's not really a whole lot of a character arc for Cyberfrog. I mean, I really can't say too much. Although I don't know too much about Rainbow Brute, so maybe he doesn't have an arc as well. But I believe Cecil's going to be writing that, so Bear's got some high hopes there as well for Cecil. Everybody loves Cecil. All right. Oh, okay, yeah. Canaan White deserves more recognition than he's gotten. Well, Bear has been giving Canaan White all the recognition that he can get, except for the 2 cards that he's still missing. But that's a whole other side thing. Have they ever said what exactly Cecil did on Rainbow Brute? Well, I think he's writing it. If not the whole thing, then some jokes and stuff. It's more kind of a, not necessarily a parody like what you're looking here, but a little bit more of kind of a humorous one rather than kind of Cyberfrog. It's very serious, so it's nice to see a little bit of a difference there. Let's see. It's just a shame that the few projects he's been on really didn't go anywhere. Then again, probably more so than fulfillment on a particular book is going very slow. Oh, is that brand 2? Because I have no idea what's going on with that campaign. They haven't really released that many updates, so I'm not really sure. Not really sure about that. Use of plural pronouns. Try saying that 3 times fast. Anyways, let's get back to the campaign here. Well, let me grab quick. Beardzzerker versus Ethan Van Sciver's Rainbow the Brute Dealer cover #1. This may be RTB's Rainbow the Brute's first appearance in print. I can probably guarantee that it will be the first appearance of Rainbow the Brute, because if Rainbow the Brute, let's see, I think the campaign ends sometime, I believe it's in the fall, maybe late summer, early fall. So you figure, I don't know, another year, year and a half for that. So, maybe by 2023 we'll find out about Rainbow the Brute. Oh, Dam Drops, whatever, Dame Drops, whatever. Yeah, I had no, I don't, like, the guy is guy's like a food critic or something like that. I'm not sure. Bear's actually been watching a lot of Guy Fieri lately, so on the Food Channel and everything. Although one of the, like, Chopped and stuff like that. Holy cow! Like we're in this whole pandemic thing, so everybody's wear masks and the big thing is washing your hands. I've never seen anybody wash their hands on any of those shows. I mean, you got to think that there's got to be a lot of germs going along there. But anyways, yeah, it didn't interest me either, Marco for Anthony. So I have no idea about that. I mean, of course, Kanan White. I want to support Kanan White, but you got to give me some sort of reason. Not to put anything down on poor Antonio, but Bear did a review of Brand, and just the introduction. I mean, I had to do 2 different videos for that just because it was so darn long. I'm still kind of confused about what's going on with Brand. So great artwork, terrific artwork. The story leaves a little bit needs a little bit more meat on the bone, as they say. Yes, indeed. Excuse me. All right, let's see. Where was I? Master Illustrator, Preston Acevedo. Pulls out all the stops on this. Oh, this is an awesome cover. On Frank Fretza, Death Dealer, Fantasy Art Homage. The salmon is trying to come back up. Bear saying, no, get back down in there. Get back out, tummy. Thank you, EVS, and All Caps Comics for letting us portray the last real man in fairyland, oozing his toxic masculinity and adopting the newly ownerless feline cat Stevens. Yes. I think this is an awesome cover. I think this is just the cats meow, if they say. Yes, indeed. Really cool cover. I mean, all these covers are really, let me see if I can zoom out. Come on, zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Oh, of course, I'm not even on it. Oh, Bear. There we go. So anyways, that's oh man, that's an awesome cover. That's just an, of course, the, at $450, you got whoever got that got a steal. $450. Holy cow. Yeah, I've read Brand 3 times and I'm still not sure what it's about. It's about a guy and another guy, and they're like brothers or something, and they're gonna go do something, and then some Chinese guy comes in, and they're gonna do something, and then the book ends, and then that's it. Yeah, I'm not sure. And they spell Preston's name wrong and put it in bold. Oh, really? It's spelled wrong? Oh my God. Let's see. Is it? Oh, yes, it is. Holy cow. Well, hey, Bear kind of figured it out, but still, let's see. That is a good looking cover. Yes, it is. Actually, all these covers are really good, but I mean, this is definitely the best one right here. I tell you what, it speaks to Bear. Yes, I mean, look at the guy that's got the axe through the head there. He's like bleeding, and then not really sure if it's a giant cat or Rainbow the Brute is really tiny. I'm not really sure about that, but anyways, the cat is wearing a hat, so it's the cat in the hat there. Anyways, let's see. Beardzzerker, Behold the Power of the Shredder. The Mighty Beardzzerker. Variant cover by Dax Martin from Hail Salad. Hail Salad. Is that the kind of parody one where they're doing some of the parody stuff of Jack Show where it was kind of like the what was it? Space Ghost Coast to Coast? Is that the one, or am I thinking of something? I think I'm thinking of something else, because Hail Salad. Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things where you're kind of trying to ride the crest there of something, and then the whole hail thing kind of went out of Comicsgate. So Not sure about that. But anyways, I mean, we hope Dax all the best there, and unleashes his awesome Jack Kirby inspired version of our hero, his friends Rupert, Cat Stevens, what a great name, and Holly. Yes, indeed. There he is. There he is. I would say it's a little bit more basic, but holy cow, look at that cat. That cat looks bad arse. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So there you go. Some neat stuff. Neat stuff. A little basic, but that's fine. Bodacious box office Bodacious box office Beardzzerker. The Beardzzerker movie poster cover variant number 1 by Thad Rose. Or Tad Rose, however you pronounce it. Thad Rose, who does a Hollywood-themed masterpiece that will pump you up. Yeah, I'll pump you up. It will. It will. Keanu looks like he's like trying to find a burrito or something. I want a burrito. And George Carlin looking very cool. And I suppose this is Halle Berry. Halle Berry, yeah. Don't know what really happened to Halle Berry, but she needs to be in more movies. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, that's why I'm talking like Hans and Franz, because there's Hans and Franz right there. Yeah, there's Hans and Franz. And the guy from the Hitman movies, he's bald. Looks like a kind, he'd be like a good Captain Picard. Yeah, he would in there. And of course, Michael Douglas. Isn't that great? I think this is, I don't know what movie that was. Oh, well, it kind of looks like Falling Down, but I don't think he was ever in a suit like that. That looks good. I don't even know why I'm talking like this, but there we are. Yeah. And get the totally triumphant U.S. Assassin variant cover number 1. USA Assassin, one of Bear's favorite books. Yes, indeed. They're both born in the USA and bad to the bone. This gorgeous all-American theme variant cover number 1 by USA Assassin. The good Mike McMahon, and colored by Matt Yakey. That will be an awesome wraparound piece. That's cool. Featuring Beardzzerker, USA Assassin, Holly, Bazooka Dog, one of the greatest characters of all time, and Cat Stevens. Yes, indeed. Thanks to co-creators, the good Mike McMahon, and Mark Bolton for letting us use their amazing action-packed heroes. Yes, indeed. So there they are. Kind of misnamed here because Bazooka Dog is shooting off machine guns, but that's okay. That's actually a pretty awesome little pose there that, when it comes down to cats and dogs working together, I'm sure they're going to be firing machine guns at people. So yeah, there are a lot of variants. We'll get into that in just a second. But I haven't seen a bad one. So far here. So and a cats of characters. Meet Cat Stevens. He's from the hood, and Beardzzerker's trusty feline companion. He's fierce, furry, fierce, and also plays a mean set of drums. Yeah. Yeah. Rupert. There we go. Yes, Rupert. A mysterious secret agent who might not be from this dimension. Ordered to awaken Beardzzerker. Only he knows the 7 words that you can't say in this parody. Yes, indeed. There we are. Pretty cool. Like his shoes there. Holly Berry. Although she looks a little bit more on the light-skinned side for Halle Berry, but that's all right. We're not going to detract from that. Nice little character there. Nice boots. The nice boots there. And the most heinous killer murder hornets who are attacking citizens and eating all of our crops. That's terrible. Terrible, as he would say. Yes, indeed. Oh, hey, Miguel, good to see you here. Yes, not necessarily an early stream, but, we're trying some different stuff here. So, Agents Uzi, Double Glock, Hans, Knuckles, and Franz Bratwurst want to mess up Beardzzerker big time. And wait till you see the King Big Boss. The Dolphin. He's Dolphin right there. He got the Hans and the Franz. Yeah, and the Captain Picard with the guns. Yeah, and even Michael Douglas, he's looking really good. I think Michael Douglas is he's 90 years old, but he's still packing it. There you go. Michael, I'm not sure. I'm not really. What happened to the feet? What happened? He says, what happened to my feet? It just suddenly disappeared. I don't know what happened to my feet. My feet. Anyways, don't delay. Back us today. That's Beardzzerker. And you get I think he's got more than 25 backers. That's pretty cool. I think that's going to be a cool one. Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff. You keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling here, but he's got some interesting stretch goals. I think RT Bear started this sort of trend here of doing guitar picks. I'd like to see a little bit more of that. Obviously, it's kind of goes with the campaign here. Keanu Reeves is playing his axe. Let's see, what was it? The Chrono campaign. Doug was a rock star, so there you are. Kind of fits in with the campaign, but some cool stuff. A guitar pick, and all backers will get a rock star. Satan. Is it Satan? Satin? Satan ribbon. 7-inch bookmark, or it could be satin. I'm not sure. Whatever. 9,000, and it goes on. You get this guy a blouse for some reason. I don't know why, but there you are. But I tell you what, the one thing that caught Bear's eye, other than just some of the great stuff that they did on the covers here, is look at the price. Look at the price. Well, I mean, other than buying a cup of coffee or by the way, it also has some sort of like a album or something like that come out. Who was the other one that was doing that? It was the Gunship Thunder Punch campaign. They were doing something like that. So, anyways, you can get an album for that. But one of the things that Bear noticed, look at there, $15. Holy cow! I tell you what, Dawn must be listening to the Bears channel here, because that was one of the things that Bear kind of talks about is trying to get the price down a little bit more for some of these campaigns. You get Kanan White, for crying out loud, for $15. I mean, shoot, the book could be terrible, but the cover is well worth it. I like the cat. The cat. Kind of looks like Bear sometimes in the mornings there. Yes, indeed. But I believe it is signed. Yes, autographed. Don Chen. Whoops, dang it. Sorry. Here we are. Sorry about that, people. Sorry about that. There we are. So it is signed by Don Chen. Kanan White cover, $15. So that's kind of one of the reasons the Bear kind of took a little bit of a notice to the campaign. Not necessarily kind of, hey, let's do kind of parody campaigns or anything like that. But some really great artwork. I mean, some of the interiors are great. I haven't seen a bad cover. I mean, somebody tell me, hey, that's a terrible cover, and I'll tear it apart. But I mean, the Beardzzerker Rainbow Brute cover, that looks amazing. That looks just awesome. You can't go wrong. I mean, this is a wraparound cover for $15. From the good Mike. Yes, indeed. You can maybe complain about that one, but I think it's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. And let's see. So he's got different stuff. The interesting one, he's got kind of some back issue stuff here from Parody Press. You can get a sketch card for $50. Come on, people, $50. Oh, let's see. I didn't see it is international shipping. I don't know. Let's see. Here also comes with #1 Beardzzerker. Pardon Bear. Here it's reading here. I don't know. I don't know if it says anything about international shipping. I don't know about that, P Money. You might have to it says ships worldwide. Okay. On the perks. Beer missed it. Anyways. All good covers. $50 for a sketch card. That's great. Or there's another. Oh, the Acevedo sketch. Ooh, look at there. Get an original art Beardzzerker character penciled sketch card drawn and signed by the phenomenal Preston Acevedo in a protective card. A protective card holder. Very limited quantities available. Oh, 2 out of 4. So if that's your thing, you might want to get onto it for $65. I don't think that's too bad at all. I mean, that's the price sometimes for some books plus shipping, So, yeah, there you go. So, some great value on this campaign here. Let's see. Fear the Beard Roadie tier. Back this tier, and you'll receive all six covers signed. The MP3, the ink sketch card. Holy cow! And a costume beard includes all unlocked stretch goals as they're opened. Ooh! So you get a beard. You literally get a beard. And you get a sketch card. I mean, the sketch card was $50. So I mean, you get. Man, this might be the one to get here if you want to go all in. But you know what? Excuse me. You don't have to, because look at there. I mean, $15. I mean, that's right in the price range there, I think, for people. So some of the other campaigns I hope would check that out and look look and see that it's the price range. I didn't catch. Let me get off of this real quick here, so I can just double check something. Let's see. Will it allow me to? I was just trying to see what the shipping is. Oh, I'd have to sign in. I'm not going to sign. Bear sort of doxed himself on the last video, so had to kind of put that on pause real quick while he took some stuff out. I'm not really sure how to do some of the editing on Google, so had to put that one in private and re-release the video. So if you guys were looking for it, sorry about that. But that was the reason why. Let's see. 5% commission on for that information if it results in the sale. There we go. I like that. You can pay Bear in salmon. That's fine. Bear never signs in advance. Yes. Well, no, I did that one time. Like I think the second or third live stream. And once again, Bear doxed himself. So that one had to get cut and everything. So, anyways, some things never change. I'm glad for that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yes, indeed. So, all right, let me, oh, you guys aren't even, I couldn't even show you that. So, all right. Because it was on the other thing. Trying to figure out OBS here. All right, let's see. Let me go back to the chat here. Go back up because there's a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. Everybody should pay me to review and edit their posts to their campaigns for a reasonable fee. Yes, indeed. Well, that's kind of one of the things that Bear's doing here. It's just kind of, in between some of the long waits that we have from some of the books is, started to do campaign reviews. So, I hope that's kind of helpful for some of the people out there. Just kind of trying to get some, Bear can't do every single campaign. Was looking up on Indiegogo trying to figure out, okay, what should we talk about? Somebody had asked about that the last time, and trying to figure out, okay, what do we talk about and stuff like that. So, I think kind of reviewing some of the campaigns, they got to be kind of unique and interesting. So we were talking about Fatal earlier on the campaign review. I can't remember if that was one of the first or the first. I forget. Anyways, on there it was he had a thing where it was if you selected the perk, it gets shipped to you first. So that was pretty cool. That was kind of something that Bear hasn't seen before. So that was pretty cool. Beardzzerker, the starting to get down there in cost and everything. So I think that and the covers. I mean, all the artwork looked great. The covers look great at a great price. I mean, you can't go wrong. So try and promote some of that stuff. Not necessarily do every, I like Cyberfrog. I like Graveyard Shift, all the other stuff. They don't need Bear's help to get $100, $200, $300, $1 million or anything like that. So try to help out on some of the not necessarily lesser known campaigns, but maybe sometimes overlooked campaigns. Taking a drink. Yes, it is. All right, let's see. Where was I? Let's see. Brand. Brute looks like the size of my foot. A lot of variants. Ugh. Yes. Hi, Miguel. How are you? Hola, Flyfox Pro. Good to see you here. Let's see. I didn't see international. Yes. Okay. It ships worldwide. So, 5% commission. Yes. Let's see. I'm just trying to go through all the stuff here. Let's see. Well, if I get the sketch card tier, I'm going to get an autographed Don Chen of the comics and signed Bill Moss sketch card, and that's kind of cool. Yeah. For $50, I mean, I think it came with. Let me just double check here. I think it came with a book. I know the second one did. Let's see. Tier also comes with a, and you can choose of your choice. A variant cover book. So there you go. Either the $50 one, man, I tell you what, either that $50 tier, or if you can get into it on 65 for the Acevedo sketch, booyah! Thank you. So that's it right there. That would be Bear's choice right there, but you can't go wrong with the, and of course you can't see it because I've got it on the other screen there, but anyways, $15 for Beardzzerker. Definitely check that out. Let's see. All right, let's see. Bear didn't resolve the question. If Anthony did, that's okay. Yes, you can also speak in the third person. Oh, it's the good Mike here, Mike McMahon. Good to see you here. Definitely no wait. No, those come out. I mean, when they're released, I gotta say. I mean, the USA Assassins. You're not waiting on those. I mean, those are coming out. I can't remember if he had it done pretty much already when the campaign started, but yeah, they came out pretty quick. So gotta give a shout out for that. Let's see. Crying with the shipping and Canadian prices. The sketch card tier is 100 Canadian dollars. Well, what is that in American dollars? I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't. That might be one of the things to do for. Gosh, I don't know. I don't know how that would cut in, but maybe do that as sort of a stretch goal where you can kind of get the price reduced. Although if you have people coming in from international backers and they're backing, I don't know how that would work. Maybe you'd have to refund them. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. That wouldn't work. Scratch that. Never mind. Let's see. Mike McMahon says howdy. The good Mike. Howdy, Mike McMahon. Let's see. Yes, and Bear also enjoyed both books of USA Assassin. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Might need to find a pen pal right across the border. Yes. Oh, you know what? I mean, back in the 20s and 30s, we had smuggling of liquor and beer from Canada. Well, maybe now we can be smuggling smuggling cartoons or comics into Canada there. That would be interesting. $80. I tell you what. Yeah, we were talking about that, Mike. That was a really good cover. It was a wraparound too. So that was pretty cool, man. Pretty cool indeed. All right, we're trying not to run for too long, but I actually had another story here because let me get to it. Let me see if I can find it here. Talk amongst yourselves, people. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh no, did I X out of it? Oh, Bear, you moron. Oh, for crying out loud. He X'd out of it. Let me see if I can get to it here real quick. Bear with Bear as he rounds out the can't believe I X out of it, for crying out loud. All right. Get to it here real quick because it was an interesting story, because we always talk about, how to, you don't want to say fight back, but I guess that would be the best way to put it is fighting back here. Some of the stuff that's coming out here. So, found this that was kind of really interesting as a way, kind of something that maybe we can kind of get behind, hopefully. No, don't. I hate going to sites that I wish I took off my dang JavaScript. Anyways, let me get this up because it is pretty important here. Let's see. Roscoe! Good to see you. We're actually going to not be on too long, but that's all right. We got Roscoe here, and all is right with the world. All right. Predator screenwriters suing Disney to recapture rights. Yes, indeed. This is where the fight is. Yes, indeed. All right. Gotta get a drink here. Hold on. Wet Bear's whistle here. Wet his whistle before he gets into it. Let's see. Yep, my trial when they changed me for smuggling, I'll say the bear made me do it. It was all the bear. Good stuff. All right. Jim and John Thomas, the brothers who wrote the 1987 action movie Predator, which that was kind of interesting how that kind of came about. It was actually I suppose you could call it a parody. They were trying to figure out what was going to be the next Rocky movie. Rocky is fighting, communism and all this other stuff. So the joke was Rocky was going to fight an alien. And then it became Predator. So that was kind of an interesting kind of way that it came about. They wrote the action film Predator and have filed a lawsuit, yes, get behind this, against Disney, seeking confirmation of successfully recapturing the rights to the franchise. Meanwhile, Disney is 20th century. That's going to be hard to say. Meanwhile, Disney's 20th Century unit has filed its own suit against the Thomas brothers with the goal of retaining the rights because you always want to see a PG-rated Predator movie. Maybe it could be animated. The Thomas brothers are seeking to exploit copyright. I wouldn't call it exploit. Come on. The Thomas brothers are seeking to exploit copyright laws. Termination provision. The termination. Which allows authors to cancel transfers after waiting a period of time, typically 35 years for newer works. Given the time frame studios are facing the prospects, oh dear, I'm getting down on my bear's knees here. The studios are facing the prospect of losing franchise rights to many iconic works from the 1980s. Oh, please be. Predator starred Arnold Schwarzenegger and spawned 3 sequels, plus the spin-off movie Alien vs. Predator. Reportedly, Disney has been eyeing a reboot with 10 Cloverfield Lane director Dan Trachtenberg at the helm. Dan Trachtenberg, you're a terrible movie. I'll talk about you in a minute, but that's going to be the most awful movie. Give it back to the Thomas brothers. Oh, good Lord. It's going to be terrible. Such plans by Disney may face an obstacle in the form of termination. It's going to be terminated, Disney. It says, according to the complaint, the effective termination date for the screenplay, originally titled Hunters, it's true, is April 7th. That's today. It's today, people, April 17th. Jim and John Thomas say they served a termination notice. Oh, man, I'm getting... Let me take another drink. That's right, Donald Barr. You don't want to see that. Don't want to get in his way. Let's see. They served a termination notice all the way back in 2016. And for 4.5 years, they heard no objection. We'll give it to him, Disney. What are you waiting for? As stated on the complaint, then, in early January 2021, Defendants Counsel unexpectedly contacted Plaintiffs' Counsel, contesting the termination notice as supposedly untimely. No, based on a theory that the 1986 grant of the screenplay underlying the Predator films allegedly qualifies for the special delayed termination. It's qualified for the special delayed termination time window. That's hard for Arnold Bear here. In U.S. Code 17, blah, 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 intended for book publication grant. It's not the book. You fools, you idiots. It's a movie. I was in it, yeah. In response, should I continue doing this? I can continue doing this in the Arnold voice. In response, the Thomas brothers say they were served alternative notices of termination with later effective termination dates. You got to say termination in the vaulted voice. You know, it's really hard to talk about. Oh my gosh. They are represented by Mark Turboff. I don't care if I spelled that right or not. Who has been somewhat of a specialist in copyright termination everywhere, and notably represented the Friday the 13th writer in a court win. Yeah, we're going to win, baby. Within hours of the filing by the Thomas brothers, Disney's 20th Century, the evil Disney division, has its own lawsuit ready to go. Of course they do, yeah. With the federal statutory copyright law down, there's too much legalese here for Arnold. Like defendants, the Thomas brothers, with the copyright termination rights. Such rights may be only exercised in accordance with the state's requirements. The statutes require, for crying out loud, including provisions delineate with termination notices may be served, and with a termination of right, I should be paid by the termination here. States the 20th Century complaint. Defendant's notice failed to comply with these statutes. Requirements are invalid as a matter of law. Get to the salmon. Get to the salmon, yes indeed. So she will be back. Disney's 20th. The 20th Century is being represented by star litigator Daniel how do you pronounce that? Daniel Petroselli, Molly Lyons, and Kendall. 4chan, 8chan, 25chan, whatever chan it is, get it out there. Daniel, how you pronounce his name? Molly Lyons
and Kendall Turner. We gotta get, you know what to do. You know what to do. About a decade ago, on behalf of Warner Brothers, that fella fought off Tuberoff's. Why do they always have to have some terrible? You need to have a good name like Schwarzenegger. That way people can talk about it. Over the rights to Superman. Yeah. That case lasted for years and grew very nasty, with allegations that Tuberoff atrociously interfered with the rights. Try saying that 3 times fast. Ultimately, Warner Brothers prevailed. Dang it. The two are now stepping back into the legal ring. Over Predator. 20th Century 6th Declaration pursuant. Oh, Lord. The 28 U.S.C. Code 2201. Yeah, the defendant's notices of termination are valid. Continues the 20th Century complaint. This action is necessary because defendants are improperly attempting to prematurely terminate 20th Century's rights to the Hunter screenplay. I thought it was a book, you morons. Which one is it? At the very time, the 20th Century is investing substantial time, money, and effort in developing another installment of its successful, it's not that successful, you idiots, of the successful Predator franchise. Yeah. Oh boy, you try to do that. That's I need a drink. Not just water, I need like whiskey. There we go. Oh no, Disney is not produced. Oh no, not Commando. Not Commando. In anticipation of the new show, Disney on Ice Commando. No. By the way, if you wanna, a good video to watch, the Critical Drinker. Why do I keep talking like? Man, I'll just do the rest of the show like Arnold, I guess. He got the good show about that Critical Drinker with Oz. It's hard to say. Oz is Austrian. Anyways, on his channel, talking about Commando. Some really good stuff there. All right, so we're talking about Predator. Oh no, did I not? Oh gosh, now I gotta. Hold on, people. Hold on. Let me go back to. I don't know why I keep thinking about Arnold, but where is it? Here it is. So, yeah, I'll be stuck in this voice the whole time. Yeah. Okay, let me see, because we want to know what the new movie is. Go to, who are these stupid people? Alien versus Predator Galaxy. Yeah, it's going to be talking about it. Of course, he forgot to turn off his Java, so he's got all this stuff on there. Dang it. Let me see if I can do the read review. Yeah, thank God. Thank God for the read review. All right. This is Predator fans. Certainly have something to look forward to this year. I gotta do the Arnold voice. Hot on the heels of the recent news revealing some insight into the two main characters who are terrible, featuring in the upcoming Predator 5, also known as Skulls. I thought it was Hunters. Which one is it? Come on, Disney. Dang you. Alien vs. Predator Galaxy now has exclusively learned, that Dan Trachtenberg, terrible director, tentatively scheduled to begin shooting in just a few months. Please don't. Please just pack it in. Gosh. Produced by Davis Entertainment, the 5th Predator film is slated to begin filming in the middle of May 2020. That's almost right. In Calgary, Canada. Get your butt up there, money. Get him up. Get him up there for cracking. Well, you won't say yay when you find out. All right. Along with this tentative production slate, we also have another peek into the story of the film via this production synopsis. It's terrible. The story of Fall Cree. God, I'm about to lose my voice here. Oh, good Lord. The story of Fall Cree. A Comanche woman. How many Comanches are up in Canada? I don't know. Not that many. A woman, a Comanche woman, for crying out loud, who goes against gender norms. Because I don't know, maybe because transitioning, who knows? And traditions to become a warrior. Many years ago, a time before any Europeans have ever encroached. Oh, yeah, we gotta get that. Yeah. Yeah, the Austrians encroaching on your land. Yeah, the Comanche people had a well-defined society and gendered norms. Yeah, they had 3 bathrooms, not 2, but 3. Kree is very close to a younger brother, Tabby, who is being groomed as a new leader. Yes, as inspiration, as any young woman in there. This doesn't even sound like Predator, for crying out loud. Kree has always been a teacher and a source for inspiration for 3. Tabby, whatever the hell his name is in the Comanche way, she's a patsy, for crying out loud. Patsy. A patsy in a Predator movie, the elder sister that has, Kree is a truth teller and has insights that others do not. Tomboy. She's a tomboy and wants to prove herself in the masculine world of the Comanche. Well, she could be like Blackie and just get on the battleship and, give like $3 tricks to, when danger threatens them all. This doesn't even sound like a Predator movie. Kree sets out to prove that she is capable as any young warrior. No, that's not the Predator movie. So we got to get your butt back to who was it? The Thomas Brothers. Predator needs to get its butt back to the Thomas Brothers and not release this stupid Predator. Predator 5, also known as Skulls. What kind of crap is that? I don't know. All right. Oh my god. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. All right. Anyways. So that's what you got to look forward to. So no, we're going to support the Thomas Brothers. And where'd it go? Did I get rid of it again? For crying out loud. Bear, you idiot. Bear, you moron. Why'd you get rid of it? But there it is. So no, we're trying to get the Thomas Brothers and get it back to them. Hell, I mean, Predator 2 was not bad, even though it didn't have Arnold in it. But I tell you, what kind of stupid movie is this? A Comanche woman trying to go to the right bathroom, can't find it, and somehow the Predators. I mean, you need to have like a minigun or something. What are you gonna do? Shoot an arrow? No, you're not gonna shoot an arrow, for crying out loud. Terrible. All right, let's see. Yay, filmed in Canada. Predator 1, great. Predator 2, good. Yeah, I like Predator 2. 5 Predator films, so the Alien Predator films don't count. No. I think it's 1. Let's see, it's 1, 2, and then they did, was it Predators? The Robert Rodriguez script. I don't know who directed it, but there you go. Predators, and then you had the Predator. Yeah. We should all forget the Predator. Poor Shane Black. Yeah, poor Shane Black. I think they tried this in Alien versus Predator. It did not end very well. Bear sounds like he got a salmon stuck in his throat. Oh, it's hard to talk about like this. I tell you what, gotta get some hot tea and some honey. Naming convention sucks. That's like calling Terminator series successful after 2. 3 was okay. After that, not so much. All right, well, that's pretty much it for Bear here. Pretty much it, because his voice is about to give out. It is. We can do the whole show as Arnold, but won't be very long. He's actually drooling all over the place. Yeah. So, anyways, we like you very much, and thank you for coming out and listening to Bear try to do a very, very terrible Arnold accent. Yeah, but we're gonna come back maybe Wednesday. We'll see. We never know, but hopefully be there. Do all sorts of stuff. Hopefully we'll get the comic in. You never know, but it's good to see everybody here. Barker for Anthony, P Money. I guess everybody laughed after Bear started to do Bear will be horse. Thank you, Roscoe. Thank you, the good Mike. Thank you, everybody else. I know I'm forgetting somebody, but whoever it is, I thank you very much. Yeah. So you know what? I think Bear's gonna head back. Yeah, into the woods. Yeah. Well, he still has some sort of voice here. He's gonna say thank you to everybody, and once again head back into the woods. Yeah. So until next time. Yeah. Night, everybody. Thank you.